Houston blast prompts safety debate in city with no zoning. Houston, AP. Houston's lack of zoning restrictions has left many residents with neighbors they don't want, petrochemical facilities and businesses that handle hazardous materials. That unease was laid bare again last month when a massive explosion leveled a metal fabricating and manufacturing business in the northwest of the city, killing 2 workers, damaging hundreds of nearby buildings and homes, and terrifying their occupants. Quan Nguyen, a 49-year-old plumbing, heating and air conditioning technician whose house is a few hundred meters, from Watson Grinding and Manufacturing, said the yarn. 24 blast knocked him out of bed and caused his wife to fall and hit her head while she was getting a drink of water. Some of their ceilings collapsed and the explosion shattered the windows in their sleeping son's bedroom, but thankfully none of them were seriously injured. I feel like it needs to be separated, businesses from residential areas. If they have businesses around here with chemicals, probably they have to be maintained more often, more inspections for them, said Nguyen, voicing a growing sentiment in a city and region that has endured 6 major industrial accidents in the past year that have killed 3 people, injured dozens of others, and forced temporary evacuations and school closures. While the accidents have stoked the debate over zoning, it's highly unlikely that the nation's 4th largest city is going to embrace major development restrictions. Instead, city leaders have begun discussing other measures, including requiring such businesses to submit to more frequent inspections and to disclose more information about the types of hazardous materials they are handling. We just can't have these incidents occur without us looking for ways to mitigate future risk, Mayor Sylvester Turner said recently. Even modest new local regulations could face pushback from higher up, though, in a state that aggressively bills itself as open for business. It's unclear why Houston never adopted zoning, making it the largest U.S. city without it. It's not for lack of trying, as there have been 5 attempts to do so in the self-proclaimed energy capital of the world since 1929, most recently in 1993, when voters declined to embrace zoning. Lars Lerup, a retired Rice University architecture professor who studied Houston, suggested that the lack of zoning could have come about as a reflection of the state's independent spirit, and the self-reliance and drive that many in the oil industry had. The lack of zoning has created a city with a highly unique urban environment, he said. Although Houston has rejected zoning over the years, it does have various land use rules and other kinds of restrictions that amount to quasi-zoning, said Matthew Fester, a professor who. For more on this story, visit the news article link.